try. No hell below us, above us only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Imagine there's no country.
Welcome. It is 2:00 in the East. In America, it is time for VFI Educates, episode number 203. Congratulations to us all. We've been doing this for a long time, since the year 2000 in the summer. We have a couple of brief announcements. Our process, for those who might be new, is that we'll go through a few announcements having to do with VFI, Volunteers for Israel, and then we will ask Julia to introduce our guest lecturer speaker we're delighted to have live from Israel, and Julia's in Israel as well. We'll hold our Q&A until our speaker concludes his presentation, and then we'll go through as much Q&A as we want. There is no time limit today. When we get to the end of our presentation and Q&A, we'll then revert to what we call schmooze session, which will last for hours. You're welcome to join us and probably go to sleep next to the computer when we finish sometime later. This episode is on YouTube simultaneously, delayed by 20 seconds right now if you need to go to it, but I think it's only necessary if we go over 100 participants. So I think we'll be okay today. It is being recorded and it is being captioned to make it easy for those folks who might like captioning. For those folks who might want to see some of the prior 202 episodes, they're available through an index, and the index is accessible by just entering tinyurl.com/VFI educates followed by the number 2. And that will bring you to an index, a homepage on the internet. And there you can see all the different adventures we've gone through in the last couple of years, and click on it and it'll bring you right to the episode live. So at this point, Alana, can you give us a quick report on anything relevant for VFI?
Sure. Thanks, Steve. And also, just to follow up when you're saying, if people have questions, please put them in the chat and post them to the group, and we'll go through any questions you have and read them to Liran after, or Julia will. In terms of updates for VFI, and actually, Steve, I need to correct what I said to you. There's a new rule during this time that if you are 80 years of age or over, SARL will most likely turn you down for volunteering at this time. I'll let you know if anything changes, but that's what it's like. While we might accept you at Volunteers for Israel, you also have to be accepted by SARL, and they seem to be having a cutoff of 80 years. It's not 81 and up. The other update is that I know a lot of people want to go for an extended period of time. Some people go for months at a time. There is a limit now to 6 consecutive weeks during which one person can volunteer through SARL. So just keep that in mind when you're getting your schedules ready. Other than that, I have nothing else.
Okay. Thank you, Alana. All schedules for programs, which always start on a Sunday, are shown on the VFI website, vfi-usa.org. And just scroll down to 2024 schedules, and you see every week covered through the whole year. We are offering VFI Plus programming, that is VFI Plus Archaeology, which is 14 days, and VFI Plus Advanced, which is 17 days. And these are both custom specialized programs which involve volunteering on an IDF base, but also involve other enrichment activities. And among that is Julia providing all the tour guides and leadership services during those special programs. They're also listed for 2024, 2 of the programs in the spring and 2 of the programs in the fall. And if anybody has any further questions on those, you can pose them to me or Lana or email or whatever. So at this point, I'd like to ask Julia to introduce our guest speaker, if she's not frozen.
Hi, can you hear me? Okay. Can you hear me?
Go ahead.
Not see me, but hear me? Okay,
yes.
Great. So I'm very happy and privileged to introduce Liran, who is my long time colleague and friend. we know each other for quite a few years as tour guides, shared experiences and passes, and met each other in different hotels with different tour guides. And then the war began, and I didn't realize that we share the same WhatsApp group for supporting, which is connected to Brothers in Arms. And then there was an announcement of some weird project of picking up some stuff. He'll tell you all about it. And I did not know that I'm actually talking to Liran, and I'm not sure he knew he's talking to me. Anyway, all of a sudden we met in Kiryat Ata, which is up north near Haifa. I had great troubles getting to spot because the Waze is not working. I mean, we have GPS. What is it called? Like you can't really use GPS. Huh? So anyway, I was stuck in the middle because I didn't know how to get there. And my GPS informed me that I'm just south of Beirut. It sounds so bad, so I just stopped in the middle of the road. I called Iran. He directly stopped, and here we were. And then he told me about a
Julia, this is not a great connection.
As a reserve soldier now. All I have, guys, so maybe Liran should just start.
Go ahead.
Okay, hello everybody. It's the first time that I do it in this situation. Thank you very much, Julia. I do some Zoom for other tourists. So first of all, I'm glad to hear that I'm talking to a group that really like and support us. My name is Liran Gabay. I'm a tourist guide. I know Julia for many years. We are, let's say, we still wish for the moment that we find who is going to be first in the cable car in Masada. This is our golden wish. And what happened, what is tried to say, I was volunteering the Brother in Arms. I bring some big plastic that we do promotion and we take it down. Somebody gave it to me as a gift, and Julia come with her pickup truck to help us to load it and send it to Brother in Arms. And then I'm going to talk about it later on. And then she tell me that you have this Zoom. So I'm really happy to be here. And I'm going to start. If somebody send me a question in the chat, we're going to do it in the end because I cannot do both together because it's spending too much time. So just open your speaker and talk, and I can start.
Go ahead.
Okay. So Liran Gabay, I'm living in Kiryat Bialik. I'm 14 years, something like this. I'm a tourist guide. Every few years we have something that make us problem for 3 or 4 months. We have COVID that's make us problem for many years, and then I understand all the Zoom and all the some become very popular. I do my duty. I love my duty. I love my country. I really think that we are creating a lot of new ambassadors here in Israel. And what happened from the moment that COVID come, I do something else. I have tourist guide, and then the war comes. So when I come to my position in myself, I have 2 daughters that are babies. And I said to myself, okay, it's a war. What am I going to do now? And when I make a decision, what I'm going to do, I say to myself, I try to volunteer to the IDF. And until I volunteer to the IDF, I'm going to make other volunteers like Brothers in Arms and I think like this that I help people. And in Israel right now, we have 360,000 soldiers that they are in the reserve. We're talking about the reserve, these people like me that they have a normal life, and we have the reserve in the Israel. So I tried to join in. It was very hard. I'm 47. You don't do any more. Service in the army. I was in my army career. I was in the tech unit for many years, and after something that I get hurt in Lebanon, take me out in the reserve. I attend for one of the Elite Moran, I was over there as a commander of the fighters. And the moment that the Moran, it's a unit that make rockets, direct rockets. The technology is very, very old. So they just closed the unit. And then they says to me, you can choose if you want to go to other unit to do other things. I try to do other things. And then they says to me, you're too old to start to make another process. And they release me from the reserve. And then I find myself right now that, one of the hardest things that we have in our life, that nobody wants us to do nothing. And then I try to volunteer to the IDF again, because my skills intelligence in the Golan Heights, one of the units want me in the Golan Heights, but before that, I'd say 2 weeks before, every city right now in Israel have a unit from the IDF that they are reserved, that there are people that, what we cannot say retired, but people that don't go anymore to the IDF. And then we have to be fighters, and then they put us inside back to the reserve in the emergency, what we call it in Israel, Tzav Shmone. And then you become person that take care of your community. And I sign in over there. Nothing happened in the beginning. And after 1 month, I have 2 units that they want me. And in this unit, what happened? So we get a long game 16. We have mission that we do. We have to understand something that if you see my private perspective, what happened now with the Israeli people. Until the what we call it the Black Sabbath, the Black Saturday, people was very comfortable, and we have the conviction that everything is fine, and we are really, really strong, and everything is going to be good, and nobody can touch us. And what happened after the 7th of October? That everything is changed in a second, because nobody feels safe. People start to lock their door, try to find solution, and the Israeli government say we need to give him to be calm. And one of the things that you don't see in Israel, those who've been here for many times, you don't see a lot of soldiers go with guns inside of the neighborhood or next to schools or to public places. So what they do, they say, we want to give to the people to feel safe. And we have to understand, with those who know a little bit about Israel, most of the problem that we have right now, it's in the south part of Israel, in Gaza. The other side, if we're talking about Lebanon, it's something that we think something can happen. On the other hand, we have the West Bank, and we have the people that live inside of Israel, and they are Israeli Arabs, and it's something that people feel very scared. So they build the army unit that we are in our neighborhood. We are 27. We're supposed to be 30 people. I live in Kiryat Bialik. It's very close to Haifa, a little bit north of Haifa. And our mission, it's very simple. We need to wake up early in the morning, very early. We go to the schools. The moment that the kids enter to the schools, we go in around, and the only thing that we need to do over there is to give them some kind of feeling that they are more safe, because they have a person with a long gun with them, going around, look that everything is fine. We talk with the kids. My unit, the place that I most of the time serve, I have few kindergartens. So said to the kid, wake up, good morning, every morning. Sometimes the mother talk with us, ask us what happened if they see something suspicious. And this is our service. In the middle of the day, what happened that we have some break, and then we have other mission. So let's say in this Saturday, I'm going to be in one of the synagogues, and people really want it. And, for me as a person that live in Israel, sometimes I say, why we need this unit, but we have to understand right now, people in Israel feel very unsafe. It's something that you have to understand. People feel very unsafe. People afraid that something bad can happen. People feel terrible about the situation. And this is created at the moment that they take soldiers like me, put them on uniform like I wear, going with the guns all day, walking around the street. A lot of people come, talk with us, feel comfortable, bless us. I have to tell you, in the beginning, I didn't understand the situation. When I joined this unit 3 weeks ago, or something like this, I think to myself, maybe I go to the Golan Heights, I leave this unit, I go to the Golan Heights, but then I understand how much is important for the mothers that put their babies in the kindergarten, that they see soldier, they come in the morning, the ladies that working in the car, they come in the morning, ask you if everything is okay. And we have to understand that right now I'm in a unit that located inside of a place that we have a lot of people that build the new houses. Most of the people that build the new houses in Israel, for until the 7th of October, they are from the West Bank. On the other hand, there's a lot of people that they are Israeli, that they are Arab, that they are citizens like me. And I have to tell you that the mothers a lot of time feel uncomfortable. They say, we go over there, and then I go and I make a check, and the police come and says to me, listen, we check all the people that work here. Nobody come right now from the West Bank or Gaza for sure to work inside of Israel, and only Israeli people, and of course people from China or whatever, they come if they don't leave the country in 7th of October. And it's something that create that a lot of places that they build new houses and things like this, critically they don't have people that can work. They don't have it take more time until all the houses are going to be finished. And they really ask us to go to check. I remember that one of the kindergarten that I worked, they just move over there with two tractor and just take the garbage out, and they bring another truck, and they speak in Arabic, and they are, because the noise of the tractor and the noise of the truck, they start to yell because they want to talk with each other. And one of the kids, oh, what happened? So listen, they work. I go over there, just say, how's it going? Everything is fine. So yeah, we just take the dirt outside from the leftovers from the building. That's it. So people in Israel are very, very stressed. And people in Israel doesn't know what to expect because you really feel safe. So right now, the Israeli army put unit like me all around Israel. So every city, you're going to see some people, you're going to see them wearing a yellow jacket, and it's writing on them that this is the soldier that make this job. Some places they go in groups. Every ceremony or everything that we have from the city, we are volunteer most of the time to come to be in the area that we see this. The mayor and all of that ask us to come to see. They have some Israeli now start to move to the situation that we have some ceremonies, some meeting with kids or something like this, because it's something that is really, really missing. I have to tell you that a lot of people doesn't send their kids for the school, even that when the government say you can send the kids to the school, they say we don't feel safe. They don't send to the kindergarten. And we're talking about, we are more than 55 days after the beginning of this war, and people still feel uncomfortable to send. But the moment that they have those units, like my unit, they feel more safe because they understand that the soldiers going around, if something happened, we're going to be there. We have to understand that it's create for us, let's say, something that it's all of the cities see us, and every place you go, you see soldier. On the other hand, you see a lot of soldiers that come from the war in Gaza, and this is something that mixed together. So everybody mixed together. I don't know if you are in the Israeli Facebook, but there is a famous song that running around. You see all the people that coming after 50 days in Gaza or something like this, and you see how they hug the families. And you have to understand that the people that entering right now inside to Gaza, we try not to put them in and out, because we have to understand to go in and out, it's something that causing a lot of risk to the soldiers. So some soldiers over there can be stuck for 30, 50, and there is one of the soldiers just a few days ago coming in, was over there from the beginning of the war. And this is what we have on Gaza. On the other end, the reserve is all around. So we have a lot of reserve in the West Bank, because we don't want that in the West Bank we have some kind of intifada or something like this that create a situation that we don't expect that they are coming inside to Israel, because the fence that we have in the West Bank, we have a fence like we're supposed to have in Gaza, but then the Israeli government understand that we have to give to those people to work. So we have a lot of people that they don't have the permission to work. The permission comes from the Shabbat and from the special services, because one of the family is making act of terror, so they're sneaking, and the soldier and everybody know that they're sneaking, and they come to Israel and they don't involve in act of terror. Right now, all of the line that we have, that it's more than 160 miles, as completely blocked with soldiers, so nobody can enter to Israel. So inside of Israel, we have only Israeli Arabs. And I don't know if you hear in the news, but maybe you heard it already. We have 2 terrorist attacks right now with the people that live in Jerusalem. In Jerusalem, we have people that they are residents, and they do act of terror, but they have an ID like mine, so they can go whatever they want in Israel. On the other end, what happened right now in the north, it's something that it's a question that nobody knows what's going to happen. So we have to understand that if you're looking to the border that we have in the north part of Israel, and all the border that we have with Lebanon, in the other side of Lebanon, we have Hezbollah. Israel left Lebanon until what the UN say that this is the official border with Israel, moved to this line. And one of the agreement that we suppose with Hezbollah, that doesn't supposed to be so close to the border. One thing I want to do, because I'm working with a little bit intelligence, we have to understand that what happened to us in Gaza, this is something that a lot of people say that can happen in Lebanon, and it's created that the people that live in next to the border know that Hezbollah is much stronger than Hamas. He have 250,000 rockets. Most of his soldiers, even that a lot of them die in the war between Syria and between Assad to the refugees, but they still have a very strong army, and they are attached to the border. And then what happened? The Israeli government afraid that Lebanon entered to this game and create a situation that they are just crossing the border to the other side, or they put a lot of rockets that the Iron Dome cannot stop, and all of the north border of Israel was be under a terrorist attack. And we have something like we have in the area of the south part, what's going around Gaza. We have to understand that right now, inside of Israel, we have 125,000 Israeli people that they are refugee inside of their countries. So if one of you say, listen, I come to Israel, the hotel is going to be cheap. All of the hotels in Israel right now, they're fully booked. The reason that they're fully booked, because the Israeli government just put all of the people around Gaza and all of the people that crossing the border with Lebanon. So this is create that those people doesn't go back to their houses. I have to tell you, I have few of my friends that they are refugees inside of Israel in the hotels. In the first week, they say, listen, we have a room. So let's say it's not a big room and we have to be all the family in one room, but we have 3 meals. The pool is open. We are all here with a friend and we are just in a holiday. This is what happened in the first 2 weeks. Later on, what happened? They say it's becoming night. Because they say the food is the same food. The hotels lower the quality of the food, so they don't have steak. So they have chicken and think that they are more simple. Salad, they are more simple. Say it's the same food. And they say we feel like we are inside of a jail because we don't have our house. We don't have our clothes, everything that we want. We have to go back and forward to our city. Some city, it's more risky if you live in next to Gaza. People don't go back. They send people, but so they know if you say you go, you have to do it very quick to take a few things and come back to the hotel. It's very, very stressful. And this is something that I tell you, one of the people that I know that visit Israel, he just go to this hotel and he stay in one of those hotels that they have their room for him. He says to me, you have to understand, I almost not sleep at night. It was in Tel Aviv because there is a lot of people that evacuate from their houses, and right now they're inside of the hotel, and all the story, everything that they do, and he say, I speak with children, I practice their English, is something that they really like, because you have to understand that all of those people right now, they don't have schools, they don't have kindergarten, they don't have nothing as a normal life that we have. The parent doesn't have the work. So let's say if he's working on computer or in a high-tech or something like this, yes, he can work from his house, but if he's working on a factory, on kindergarten, working in the mayor or the city hall or something like this, he have a store, everything is shut down. And this is create for us a situation that a lot of people come to volunteer and to help them. People make them laundry. You don't, somebody travel around, if you make your laundry in the hotel, it's fortune. But people from the neighbors or the cities that they're in come, take the laundry, bring them some hot food, bring toys. People that live the area of around Gaza, all of the kibbutzim, they bring them clothes because they don't have nothing. It's take a little bit time, and then the government give them 5,000 shekel for every family to buy clothes, to buy something, to start their life, because everything is stopped. A lot of those people from Gaza have families that they are kidnapped, murdered. Everyone have a story. I have to tell you, it's not an easy story to hear, and everybody have a story. We have to understand we have plenty of story from the people from the south, but right now the people from the north say nobody listen to us, and a lot of people that volunteer to come to help them. Right now, I can tell you, one of my friends that is in Taberes, she says to me they just open kindergarten for kids because the kids always with the parents, so the parents almost cannot go to work. On the other hand, they said they start to open some schools and they start to put the kids inside to the school system of the city. And you have to understand, if you have, let's say, in the city you have 10,000 students, now you have 15,000 students because you have another 5,000 that are kids that enter into all of the classes. So everything become more tight. One thing I have to tell you that it's very good about it, that people feel very comfortable about it, and kids have more friends, more people that know. So the reaction between kids, it's very good. The parents are very, very stressed, and on the other end, people will really, really worry about their economic situation. So we have to understand that those people that evacuate the houses, they don't have a job. The government working very, very, very slow to start to find solution for all of the money system. On the other hand, we have a lot of people that do amazing volunteers, like Brothers in Arms and other things that come and help, and other people from all around the world that come in solidarity, and they come and they help, they teach, they give them whatever they want. And you have to understand that when I was a volunteer and help Brothers in Arms, they take care about all of their needs. And one of the things that they do, and I think it's very smart, it's just not like people come and throw the clothes and say, take this clothes, it's okay. They check the clothes that most of the clothes are brand new, a lot of clothes that are very in good condition, and then they give them to keep going with their normal life, because some people, if they bound their house or something like this, they don't have nothing. And to give them all of this situation, this is something that it's amazing. On the other hand, another something amazing for people like you that know Israeli very well, we don't talk politics anymore. I have to tell you, it's something amazing. It's something that I think you talk politics only with the people that are very close to your family and you or your friends that you talk politics, but in any other reaction in the army or between citizens, you don't hear that. I was another 1 minute, I'm going to speak about what I do right now as my volunteer. And people from the army and all of that, everybody agree. And I think it's the only time, and Yulia can say to me if I say wrong, that we have totally consensus about what we're supposed to do right now. And it is something that it's huge, because there is no left hand, yes Bibi, no Bibi. Everything is just disappear. Right now, we want to finish the Hamas. I think we want some revenge. A lot of people want revenge. We have to understand that when I was meeting my friend that they are soldiers that they are served in Gaza, and they come for 48 hours or something like this back home. One of my friends is served inside of Gaza. He have a bar in Tel Aviv, and he says to him, how you feel? How's it going? He says to me, I didn't shower for 30 days. I'm stink like you don't know, but I want to go back. I say, but you have 2 babies. He said, we don't care. We now have a mission. We want to make this mission. And it's something when you look in the eyes of the soldiers, and I have to tell you, I was doing a lot of reserve in my life. I was serving the army. I know what it is to be in the reserve. I was doing few operations. You see their eyes are shining and say, we want to get end to those who do those terrible genocide to our people. We want to finish them, and we don't care if we need to sacrifice our life. And it's something that you see it a lot in the soldier that come from the area of the south. One of my friends is in one of the special unit. He says to me, we just want to be inside. And when they go inside to a mission, not all the unit go and say they're fighting who is going to be the one to go to the unit. And you have to understand, when they go inside, they are risking their life. They don't go inside with a situation that they don't go for a picnic. They're going there. They understand there is a terrorist over there that's waiting for them, shooting. Most of the people that I talk with him says to me, you have to understand that because that the Israeli government doesn't give him water, doesn't give him food that come to the north part of Gaza. So you see that they are tired, you see that they don't have a lot of, so they come, they fight, and we just kill them very, very quick. This is what happened in the south part. Now I'm going to move to the north part of Israel. Over there it's totally different. So first of all, if you're talking about the border with Lebanon, the border with Lebanon right now is a situation that the Israeli soldiers stand over there and all the time have what we call one level before the war. So Hezbollah right now we have ceasefire in line because they have all the exchange of the people that they are kidnapped. But right before that, they are shooting some rocket. They have few rockets and they're shooting on soldier. They try to hit our soldier, and this is create that our soldiers are very, very tight, but they are not active. Most of the time, those who are active, this is the Israeli Air Force that bomb inside of Lebanon and try not to give to Hezbollah to enter to a war. So we try to make it on some kind of balance that we don't enter to a war for one case. On the other hand, we don't give them to do whatever they want. And it's some kind of tight situation between Israel and Hezbollah, and it's created that a lot of people in the Israeli army say we want to finish what they call this unit, the Nukhba. We just want to enter and to kill them. And you have to understand it's totally different game because Lebanon, it's hilly, it's mountain, there is a lot of trees, there is much harder than Gaza. Gaza is just the beach. If you go to Miami, you think about it's just sand. You just go what they do right now. They go with D9 and just clean all the area and going in. On the other end, in Lebanon, it's not something that they can do so easy. In Lebanon, it's more hard, it's more risky. And right now, the Israeli government doesn't make the decision what's going to happen with the Lebanon border. If we're going out to the Syrian border, the Syrian border right now is very quiet. The only thing that we really worry about is that Iran going to send some unit to the border between this ceasefire line between Israel and Syria. And one of the things that it's very important to understand that Assad control only 60% of Syria right now. So Assad not have any interest to enter into this war. On the other hand, the soldiers that in the Golan Heights, that sit in the Golan Heights, totally depressed because they are just sitting and waiting. They are sitting and waiting in a situation that they don't do nothing. You know, they just move from one place, they guard, and they don't know what is on the other side. And one of the things that the Israeli army really worry about, and the Israeli government, it's that on the other side, they're going to come people that come to attack them like a terrorist entering, crossing the line and entering for one of the villages or shoot rockets on our soldiers. So in one case, we try to keep him in a very high prepared to any act. On the other hand, nothing happened in the Syrian border. And what I do as a soldier that have a more time to, because of my unit, I make a decision that it starts after 1 month of the war, so I do it for 3 weeks, something like this, to start to take care of those soldiers. We have to understand that in the beginning, everybody hear about it, that there is, you can see movies, sure, if you want, we can send you a few of them, that in the beginning of the war, they have any soap that they want, any kind of underwear. The Israeli people just send them soap, underwear, food that they one of my friends says to me, listen, they are making barbecue with steaks, and then somebody say, we bring you pizza also, say we just become fat. But this is what happened in the beginning, and it's happened until let's say until a few weeks ago, and then it's go down because people go back to the normal life. And we have to understand that the people that right now in the south, still people take care of them. So people bring them goodies, people bring them some good food and other things, and it's very good. There are a lot of companies that can afford to donate, so they make for them barbecue, and they bring one of the good things that they do. The soldiers that come outside from the war, they bring in people that make them massage, because you know sometimes we send goodies to the soldiers and then they say we're not going to take those goodies because everything is on our back. So the special unit put everything on their back. Another thing that they can take small things, snakes and things like this inside for them. But in the north part of Israel, they don't have nothing, and because of what happened with the Israeli IDF right now, it's created that the army cannot supply for all of them normal food. And I talk about normal food, cooking food. And because in Israeli army we have a problem with kosher, so they cannot just tell them, okay, cook for yourself because we have a problem with kosher. So what they do, they just bring some small fridge. Breakfast, they give him some gvina, cheese and other things that they have for breakfast, vegetables. Lunch, they just supply for them food, like a delivery food, but whatever the army can give. Into the evening, they bring him sandwich. One of the things that create that a lot of people in the reserve say, how much you can eat a sandwich? So people donate for them gas, and people can donate for them things that they can cook, and they start to cook. So they cook from themselves. So properly, it's illegal. But, you know, nobody really worry about this, and things of the kosher, they find solution that is going to be kosher, that all the people can eat. And another thing that we have, because we have so many soldiers, we have a problem that the winter is come, and it's something that happens every now and then in Israel every year. And when the winter will come, we have to understand that we don't have enough clothes to the winter. And we have to understand something that happened in Israel in the last few years. The Israeli army was not prepared for this war. We have to say it, we have to be honest with it, because all of the reserve that we have, not the reserve as the people, the reserve that we have as what we have in our stock, and people who volunteer in the army, you have to understand that we have some bags that inside you have all the stuff for the soldiers. And for the last few years, nobody really worked on that, because it's not going to be a war, it's not going to be a war. The moment that the soldiers get their gears, the gear are in terrible conditions. So one of the things that happened, with a lot of support from all of people around the world, we buy a brand new gear for most of our soldiers. And on the other one, we still have a lot of problem with gears. And every time that we have, let's say, because all of the tents that they have, the huge tent that they have, nobody check them, nobody take care that they're really in condition. So we have rain, so they leak down. They leak down. Most of the soldiers right now sleep outside in sleeping bags, or sometimes they have a garage or something like this that they can cover against the rain, but it's still freezing and they have it's very windy. And this has created a lot of soldiers complain about it. And myself, as a person that know what is to sleep outside in the winter and it's uncomfortable, make a decision that I make a project. So I start to collect money and to buy them goodies and to buy them food and to bring them pillows that they put inside of the sleeping bags, and it's not a raincoat, it's a coat that they have that they are high quality from the one that they get from the army. And this is something that they do. And then the beginning, I want to do it in one of the units that I'm supposed to serve on the intelligence. I collect money and I give them, and then more and more units come to me and says to me, can you get us, can you help us? And right now, if you want, I can send you later on the picture. Let's say my living house look like a stock, like a Walmart, like I have everything over there and all the things that they do. And tomorrow morning, I go to do my turn, so I buy them challah for Saturday that they can make the blessing. For those who make cook. What? For those who cook, so I make for them, I buy for them the pasta, couscous, and all of that they can cook. And of course, all the goodies and all the winter things that they need. And pillows. One of the things that I make a project right now, I buy 20 of them for one of the unit. I want to see if it's working good. And then I'm going to buy another 100 that inside of the sleeping area, because it's become cold. You have to understand, we enter now to the winter. And what we know as a soldiers, not going to end very soon, so they are freezing. So we try to give them warm things that they put inside. And the problem is that one of the reasons that I want that they have it spare, because what happened in the last storm, it was rain, I bring a pillow from my house, and then it's just leaking, and my sleeping bag was getting wet, my pillow getting wet, and then it's create that I have to take a new one, and I'm freezing. So I try to get into everybody that they have few of them spare that they just can use, and then they can go take it back home and make it on the laundry and use it until the end of the war. And jacket, a lot of jacket, we call it soldier jacket, that they are very warm in the winter. They have some coat that they have from the army, but they are very old, not in good condition, and not comfortable to go. They are very heavy. So we buy them something that they are very light and easy, and we just buy them and send them. We get the list. You have to understand right now in Israel, all of the stores that selling product to the soldiers, they make millions. They just make millions. So I will find one of the store. 1 second, if it's okay. I find one of the store that give me this in a very good price. So I buy for them the jacket, and every unit that I find, I try to get to the unit that they are what we call on top of Mount Hermon. It's a little bit more hard to get for them. And now I'm going to explain you what I do right now. So tomorrow I'm going to drive. If you have something though, I can send to Yulia or whatever, I can send pictures. I have a van. I'm a tourist guide, so I have a van, a VIP van for tourists. Some of you maybe saw those small Mercedes van. Right now, it's a van full with candies and other good stuff for the soldiers. I call them today to all of the people that I come. I say what you need. They says to me, we need ketchup, pasta, and crackers, salty pepper crackers, something sweet. And how many challah for Saturday? How many people stay Saturday? I load it to my car, and then I drive all the way to them. Tomorrow is going to be one of the first time that I find a solution to get to send to the people that are on top of Mount Hermon. Because over there it's cold. There is a few units over there that I know them, and they says to me, we want also to get those goodies, and we find solution that we get it for them. So tomorrow is going to be the first time, and they're going to meet more and more soldiers. And you have to understand that my project start is a one unit of 350 soldiers, and now it's become to around 600 to 700. It's all the time growing up and up and up, and then I buy for them all what they need. Of course, I collect donations from all around the world, and some people pay straight to the stores. Some people, I have a person that helped me, and he gave me his Paymo and Zelle or whatever we have bit in Israel, and for him, he pays straight to the people that to the stores, and then we can buy the jacket, we can buy all the rain things that they need, all the things that the soldier want. And the most important to understand, and it's something amazing, and I always amaze about, I refill my car. I can send pictures. It's crazy how I refill my car. And all of the time, the soldier says to me, listen, send over there, send to the other soldier. And it's something that so amazing to see, because everybody wants to have something good on Saturday, or all the snacks and things that they can eat and enjoy the time. But on the other hand, they all the time say, what happened with our friends? Do you take care of this unit? This unit you have. There is few surgery. I remember last time I was there, they said to me they will bring a new unit to the Golan Heights. They say, listen, they come over there, they don't have nothing. I say, okay, what? I say, no, they don't have nothing. So I go over there and they say, no, we get this. And then I says to him, they say you don't have nothing. He say, yeah, in the beginning we don't have nothing. But because they say to so many people and so many units around them, say we don't get nothing, now we have everything. And you have to understand, I'm talking about gloves, I'm talking about things to get warm. One of the problems that I have right now, and I just find a solution from another tourist guide that tomorrow come to visit me, the size small. The size small because we have now in the reserve girls that they are skinny and they are very, very tiny. When I bring him a raincoat and it's big, they say, I'm swinging inside. If I give him thermic clothes or something like this, they say, it's too big for me. It's uncomfortable. So my friend Fran in the south, something that in the size small. Tomorrow she's going to join me and we're going to give it to the soldiers that we have, that there are girls that serve, and we have to understand everybody in the reserve. And they don't sleep in a good condition. But one of the things that the beginning that I come and say why they sleep in such a hard condition, they say we are inside of the war. We are not in a camping. We're not in a picnic. We don't choose the day. We don't think it's going to be hot or cold. We're in the war. This is the situation. And the civilians really try to give them the best of the best. One of the things that I meet Yulia in the project that she's talk about, we just take Sukkot. We have a sukkah. So in Israel, we have sukkah that we call mechalim. And most of the time, it's not against rain, but they have a construction of a small room. So they just take it and they cover it with plastic bags, very strong plastic bags, and then six soldiers can sleep over there and not get wet in the night. And right now, Battalions and arms make more than 1,000 of them, and they send them to the soldiers. And any other condition that we have, one of the units that I adapt, they are now inside of a huge garage. If you enter to a garage and you see the roof is very high. So what happened, they all the time have wind, so I just bring him some plastic, we just cover it with plastic, and now it's still cold, but it's not the wind and the rain doesn't enter in. So we find a lot of solution for them. And for me, it's something that I say to myself, I can help them. I have a spare time in my time that I'm working in my reserve and the unit that I serve in. So I do my mission, and the moment that I finish my mission, the system, we can give you like tomorrow morning. So I do the kindergarten, all of the mission that I have to do the morning. So I start at 6 o'clock. 9 o'clock, I says to him, I need to go. So people says to me, we're going to replace you. Saturday, that a lot of people take day off, I make my day that I work on Saturday, and then I can go and send the goodies to the soldier and give them whatever they want. That's it. Questions?
Liran, toda rabba. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I don't get used that I have a group that's so quiet.
Wow. Julia, you want to go through the questions if there are any in chat?
Yeah, definitely. Just before I do that, can you see this background of mine? Okay, if you don't know what you see here, this is my pickup, which is loaded with 500 kilos, give or take, which is like 1,000 pounds. Yeah.
Wow.
By me from
Can't hear you.
Yeah. Julia, Julia, why don't you drop the video, and then maybe the audio part will work better. Oh, she'll be back. This happens. We've got to get Julia a better router, I think.
You don't see the
one of the things that I have to tell that
I don't know what's wrong. Nothing.
Right now in Israel, we don't have a good GPS.
Oh.
And we don't have a good cell service, and we don't have a good internet. One of the reasons that happened, in our area, we have a lot of places that we have a strategic thing that we don't want that they get hurt. We understand that the Hezbollah, they have rockets that going by GPS. One of the things that they make, they just make that it's going to be more hard for them to navigate. So a lot of people that use Waze or Google Maps in Israel, we use Waze most of the time. So it's become crazy. On the other hand, all of the sales internet are terrible. Terrible. My phone, people say we don't hear me. I just buy a new phone because my phone, last time I go to the soldier, my phone make a suicide. So I just buy a new one and I have to move to the new one. And it's create that a lot of people, like maybe in Julia, we have a problem with the internet, problem with GPS, problem with any connection, and we don't know what is the reason. One of the reasons that we think it's because that the army tried to control or to find solution that they know exactly what happened. We have to understand that all of the intelligence right now are in shock because they say nothing will happen, and then something huge happen, and it's created that everybody is like, okay, now with suspicion and everything. Julia, are you with us?
Yeah, maybe. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Guys, can you hear me? Yeah. Well, I don't know what's wrong. Probably you're right. It's because of the war, because I'm sitting down exactly the same spot where I was sitting during all the Zooms before, and it was working. So I don't know. Okay. So I will not have a video. There was a question. Okay. First question is from Karen. I'm getting updates from Israel. I guess there is a concern about a potential plan of spread coming out of the West in conjunction with attacks coming out of Gaza, causing confusion for the Iron Dome. This may reduce the number of successful hits and change trajectory, etc. Do you have opinions that you could share? Do you have any opinion on that, Liran?
First of all, what happened with we have to understand that the Iron Dome working in two systems. Working in, first of all, if you're going to hit the area that we have civilians, so we have the radar that check that if you hit. And on the other hand, we have few layers of protecting in Israel. So we have the Iron Dome, we have another few of them that they are active, most of rockets that come from Yemen and things like this. One of the things that they all the time do, if you hear that, if you see when they shoot a lot of them in 1 second. The mission that they try to do is to confuse the Iron Dome. We have to understand in this war they are really, really succeed. My private opinion, this is really my private opinion, Hezbollah doesn't enter this war because Hezbollah is a proxy of Iran, and this is insurance for Iran. If Israel attacked Iran, Hezbollah can attack Israel. If Hezbollah with 250,000 rockets going to shoot and go against Israel, this is create a situation that the Iron Dome is going to be very hard for her to protect Israel, and this is something that the Israeli government know, and that's one of the reasons that maybe we don't have a GPS, that if they send a rocket to the strategic places that we have, so it's going to be more hard for them to attack us, and this is something that we want to concern, that is going to be protect all the time. This is their mission, that to shot a lot in 1 second, and then the Iron Dome miss one of them, and then they can hit, and we have to remember they're going to hit the civilians.
Okay, thank you. Second question from David. In the Gaza war of 2014, Hamas went to Egypt after 7 weeks and asked for a truce. Agreed, and the Gaza war stopped. Netanyahu says he wants to eliminate Hamas. Is there the political will to continue and eliminate Hamas?
I have to tell you one thing about what happened right now with Netanyahu. Netanyahu, one of the, I have to say it's my private opinion, some people agree, Netanyahu doesn't like wars. He is the person that say, I don't like wars, I don't want wars, I don't want to risk my soldiers. And it's very good for many cases. But all of the time he say, next time, we give him another chance, they will give to the kids. I think right now he doesn't have any choice, because we have full consensus in the Israeli, from the left, from the right. It cannot happen. We have to understand what happened right now in 7th of October. It's worse than what happened in Yom Kippur War. It's worse. In Yom Kippur War, we have to understand that the Israeli soldiers was fighting in the Golan Heights and in Sinai to create that nobody entered to the Israeli villages. What happened right now, the Israeli army have to fight for 2 days to take outside the terrorists from the Israeli villages. And this is something that that right now we have pure consensus that doesn't matter what, we don't want Hamas to control. Doesn't matter how much time it's going to take. Doesn't matter how much time we need to suffer. We have to say to Hamas and all of the Arab people, if you think that you can do something like this to us, you're going to pay with all of your system going to crash down totally. And this is exactly what happened right now. That right now, even that is ceasefire, and we get back our people that they are kidnapped, and even that we give them petrol, we give them gas, and we give them food, and we give them water, We have to understand the moment that is going to be over, doesn't matter. What does the world say? What is somebody say? He have to keep going even if he doesn't want, but because he have to be in a position that the Israeli people feel safe and feel what they expect, that I think it's a consensus for all of the people. We're going to get back our proud as a country. As a country, it's that if you mess with us, you're going to pay a price. We have to remember in 2006 that we have the war in Lebanon. Ehud Olmert take down all of the area of the Dahya in Lebanon. And Nasrallah say, if I know that we become crazy like this, I never enter to this war, it doesn't worth it. And I think right now, this is what 90% of the people in Israel, I don't want to talk about everybody, say you have to eliminate Hamas, not just to eliminate Hamas as a unit that controlling Gaza, and a lot of people say that it's very good that they are controlling Gaza because we don't need to deal with other things. To take down Hamas in the position that they not be exist, and the moment that the war is over and all of the terrorists that right now inside of Gaza gonna die, you have to do like what Golda Meir do to the people that attack Israel. It's take time, but all of those people that right now in 7-star hotel in Qatar and all of those places, we have to give them a special meeting with God, one-on-one, and they don't want to be in one piece. And it's something that we have to do because we live in an area that if your neighbors understand that you're weak, you're going to attack you. And if it's a matter of culture. When I do a geopolitical explanation about Lebanon, Syria, or in Israel, one of the things that I tell to people, we have to understand the Middle East, you have to change your glasses. Just change your glasses because it's totally different. Because I travel a lot because I'm a tourist guide. I travel in Jericho, in Bethlehem. I have a lot of Palestinian friends. And all the time they says to me, we work different. And one of the interesting things that we have that I all the time give to my tourists is Libya. If you remember that people try to take the United States make a decision that Muammar Gaddafi going to go down because what he done, and the Arab people said don't take him down because he's terrible, but he is not going to be there. He's going to be much more terrible. The moment he go down, we have a civilian war that is acting until today. And right now, the Israeli government and Israeli people say, all of our neighbors, watch us and look at us. And you have to understand, if they understand that we are weak, and we give to Hamas another chance, they're going to act against us.
Okay. Liran, before I keep on with the questions on chat, I would like to thank you again. And guys, I just placed on the chat the Venmo information. If you'd like to support Liran's project of supporting the soldiers we just heard about. So you have the Venmo information, and then immediately after that, Seth, who is an old time tourist and friend of mine and participant of this amazing project of VFI Educate, he wrote down, and this is a compliment for you, Liran, one of the best so far. War at the street level, a view that we would never get from the media. And that's exactly why I invited you. The feeling I get from him is hard to describe, but if it doesn't make every one of us to reach for the checkbook, I'll eat my hat. Okay, guys. So so thank you, that, and thank you, Liran, and I hope you will all donate for the project. Okay, back to quick.
We have to understand. One thing I want to say. The reason that I do it like this from my friend is a friend of mine, person Brad. This is his number, because then what happened? He paid direct to the store. So I don't. If I want to move money in any other way to Israel, if I want to do it, let's say from a group or something like this, they take commission over here. He pay for the store. We buy the jacket. Every jacket it's around $50, and all of the other equipment that they need, and all of the groceries and everything, we just buy for them and send this straight to the Golan Heights, and to right now it's going to go also to Mount Hermon. More questions?
I have a question. Don't the Friends of the IDF give you money for things like this? Have you contacted them? Because we donate thousands and millions of dollars from the United States. And where's that money going? Not to the soldiers?
I don't have an answer for it. I'm sorry. It's going to the soldiers. I don't know.
Okay, but my question...
a lot of money go for the special units. To all of the special units, they have whatever they want. I don't have an answer. It's something that I don't know. I just don't know. I live in my own small world that with the unit that I serve and the people that I take care. This is what I do. This is my small world.
No, I think it's wonderful what you're doing. But have you contacted them to get help for you?
Know. I never have a contact with them. I never have the time. It's when I contact one of those groups and they says to me, no, you have to do the paperwork, and I don't have the time for that. I have a mission. I say to myself, okay, I'm going to find it. One of the things that you have to remember about Israelis, if somebody says to us, listen, make papers, make that, we say, okay, we're going to find a solution. So I find my solution. I try to contact once to ask them for things, and then they give me a list of the things that they do, and they say, if you want, you can write for us in our website, send the email, we're going to check what you want, what you need, which unit. I'm out of it. The unit that I take care of right now, it's a log 210 in the Golan Heights. I have the Unit 9 that's right now in Mount Hermon. This is the Golani and Totchanim and the Cannon Brigade. And also I try to reach another tanks brigade to take care of them. I don't know what everybody else doing. There is a lot of things that they are doing and doing very, very good. There is a lot of things that I think, like any other situation, that are not good. But I don't have the answer. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry about it.
Yeah.
Okay, Liran, I just want to double check. All they need to make a donation is the name, which is Bradley Lennox, and the phone number. Is that correct? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, okay, great. So I just placed it twice on chat. So if you'd like to take a look at it, I mean, I just copied it from the WhatsApp.
It says to me you have also Zelle, and if somebody wants the barcode, they have the barcode. I can send you the barcode if you want.
What?
They have a barcode. Some people use the barcode.
Yeah. I know. I have the barcode, but I couldn't really copy it. I'll try again. You know what? Because I do have the barcode. You sent it to me before. Okay. I think I got it now. Yeah, I do. I just placed it on chat, the barcode. Okay. Liran, I something to the chat.
Yeah, you have it?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I do have it. I just added it to the chat. So now we have the name, the phone number, and the barcode. Right. Okay, great. Back to questions. Okay, right.
Julia, can you send me the barcode and the Venmo info also? We will include that in the video, so it'll be very clear how to respond. I just need the details. Awesome. But email it to me.
Yeah, I'll send it to you in a minute. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Back to questions. Elon, Liran. There's a question about Elon Musk. Okay, Harry's question, and he specialized in great questions. Does Elon Musk and his vast satellite system, Starlink, cooperating with Israel, need requests on communication?
Elon Musk is a person that everybody, when he sees, depends how you see what he say. Elon Musk say one thing, he say, I'm going to give to the Palestinian my phone system that working on satellites. And in the beginning, he have a lot of bad vibes. Right now, one of the things that he says, I want to give it to humanitarian. We have to understand that Israel start to shut down every system that they have the Hamas. One of the intelligence in Israel say we don't have a problem that Elon Musk giving his telephone companies to the Hamas as long that we can listen to what they say. So this is the situation right now. Elon Musk just finished a visit in Israel. He see the movie. There is a movie that they call Zvaot, Yulia.
Terrible. Terrible is not terrible enough. Yeah, worse than terrible.
More than terrible. There is a movie that the Israeli army, the Israeli government made, 45 minutes movie that show things that a normal person cannot hold. This is something that we have to understand. It's a terrible movie. Some people say what they see over there, and I don't sleep at night when I hear about it. And one of the things that we do in Israel, including Elon Musk, they give him to see this movie for 45 minutes. People, when they go out from this movie, say they see things that they cannot imagine. We have to understand that Elon Musk right now, they have to change his opinion, because when Benjamin Netanyahu go to visit, he visit Elon Musk. He say he's a friend of Israel. Right now, we say Elon Musk, he say I don't have a problem to support the Palestinian people and to take care about the humanitarian side. But right now, nothing happened, and all of the system doesn't enter to Israel. More questions?
Okay. There is a question. Not sure. Anyway, the question by Joseph is: shipping containers are good for sleeping and storage and popular with the troops. Yeah, that's true. Okay. Liran, would you like to comment on this?
לא הבנתי את השאלה, סליחה, בעברית.
המכולות, שהמכולות יכולות לשמש כמקומות לינה.
First of all, yes, but in the other side, it's more hard to move them. You have to understand, you have tents. This is what they do, and sometimes we move the brigade from one place to the other one. So if you take a container, one of the things that you need to do, you have to bring a lifter to move it from one place. So we give them tents. So they don't have a container, it's because container, it's more hard to move. You have to remember, it's army. Sometimes, right now, I know 2 of the units that I take care, they move them because the Israeli army moved, because they have something with the intelligence that they move the army. So if you want to move containers, it's like to move a house. So you have to bring a lot of lifters. So it's crossing a lot of problems. That's the reason we try to give them tent or any kind of house that exists in the area. You have to understand, we're talking about huge amount of soldiers. So one of the soldiers that I know that they're on the north part, and they just give him the school because the kids is evacuated inside to the middle of Israel. So they give him the school. The only thing that they need to take care of to bring him shower. So they give him some permanent shower that they can shower and hot water, and that's it. And they find for them solution there in the school. But when they're in the fields, the container, it's more hard.
Right. On top of that, moving a container is much more expensive. And once again, we don't have enough money for that. So yes, I know that containers are used at permanent military bases, but not on these temporary locations as most soldiers are today. Speaking of being evacuated, being stationed as a soldier in a school, that's quite common. And actually, Sharona's son, quite a few of you know Sharona. Her son, who is an officer in the intelligence now, he was stationed for about a month in a kindergarten in Ofakim, which is a town not far from Gaza. So they were sleeping among the dolls. He sent some amazing photos of the kindergarten, and the main problem they had was that the toilets are meant for 3 years old, and they're big guys, and it was quite inconvenient. And again, there were no showers, so they were driving to take a shower in a nearby sport club. And that was the solution. And then people donated mattresses for them to sleep on. So they were sleeping on the floor of the kindergarten among the dolls and the laptops they were using for their intelligence missions.
One of the unit that I take care of, they have one of the winery, Kidmat Tzvi. So it's amazing to see that they have when they go to eat, they have the winery and everything. It looks so cool. And then you look outside, you see how they sleep in tents with all of the mud around them. It's very funny to see it in Golan Heights. So they find solution. Another place that I know, they find people that they have Zimmer. So I know one of the unit because they have the unit that they have the girls. And one of the family just donate for them the Zimmer. In the beginning, they're supposed to be in a tent, and then they give them the club of the kids. So even though the kids still in the Golan Heights, so they give him the club, and they give him one of the Zimmer, 2 Zimmer for the kid, for the woman, and another 2 Zimmer only for showers. So they go over there and they're taking showers.
All right. Glauco is asking, what is the movie title?
There is not a I think it's the Zvaot, the horrible movie. It's not movie that you can find. This movie, it's only under the Israeli government. We have to understand one thing about this movie, that when they come to slaughter us, a lot of them come with GoPro, a lot of them come with phones, and they just take picture of things that they are not human being to do. Doesn't matter how you think. We understand that they give him some drugs or something like this, that they become, there is drugs that this is how Hezbollah make a lot of money, and it's make you to block your brain as a human being too. So they do over there terrible things. What happened when the war is over? The situation is over. The Israeli army collect all of those GoPro and take the movies, and this is when they make from this hundreds of hours that they found over there, they make those 45 minutes. You have to understand that to a lot of people that using over there, there's 2 groups that really in a terrible. One of the groups that working on this movie, on those movies, and see those movies. In this movie, they also try to recognize who was murdered, who was kidnapped. And the other group that was in a terrible condition, this is the unit of Zaka. This is the people that come to clean their houses from the people that was slaughtered inside, and people that get used to go to a car accident and things like this. When they go out, they say this is the first time that people say we cannot do our job, and this is a very holy job to clean apart the part of the body of the human being and to bury it as like the Jewish agenda.
Yeah.
I've heard of that movie several times. I'm just wondering if it didn't wind up on YouTube. I'll do some research.
No chance.
No, it's not. It's
no
not
chance.
And the Israeli government, the Israeli military officials made a formal decision not to release it to the public for 2 reasons. One is the privacy of the people. I mean, what you see there are girls being raped. You see kids being...
Julia, please.
Okay, I will. Okay, sorry. So you see, that's the reaction of somebody who did not lose a relative there. No,
Yeah.
just imagine the reaction of the family. So, okay, so just to keep things more private. So that's one reason. And the other reason is not to ruin our, I don't know. I mean, the morality here, the feelings of the people are very, very bad. People are very stressed. I mean, we will all need shrinks in the end of the war. So if people will see these movies, so we will need more shrinks and faster. And then I can see that Karen added on chat that we should keep the movie private, as some people may become copycats. So anyway, yeah, so this movie was shown to, public opinion leaders, to congressmen, to members of the Knesset, but it is not for public use.
And I don't think that if you put it on YouTube, YouTube allowed this on internet or Google. It's something that one of the journalists, Amit Segal, that he saw the movie, he say even people that see snuff movie, things that you see that are very brutal, it's not even close to those movies that are terrible. People that Itai Engel, that is a person that been in a war, Engel, one of the firmest person in Israel, been in war, say I've been all around the places around the world. I see everything. What happened over there? It's something that you cannot compare it. You just cannot compare it.
Right. I just did a Google Translate of the word you're looking for is va'ot. So the Google translated as horrors. So I think this is the right word to use, the horrors. Okay. We have a thank you, Liran, on chat. Thank you so much for your service and what you are doing to help our soldiers. We will donate. Thank you, guys. Yeah, it's a documentary, not a movie. That's true. We're talking about, Allison added, this might be tied to UN wanting to investigate Hamas on sexual abuse crimes. Yes, I believe UN watched the documentary, and Karen.
UN watched part of it, and sorry to tell how I call to UN. United nothing. So, like the Red Cross that doesn't visit our people that was kidnapped, we have to understand that. And also the UN they don't do really something about it. And it's something that we have to deal with, And when you say thank you to me, I say thank you to you that you support us and you take care of us and you're interested in us. And when people come to ask questions, you can explain them what is the real things, because not the UN, not the Red Cross that's supposed, according to the official, to check on those people. And we have to all the time to remember when people say to me, you do exchange, you say, yeah, I do exchange of 3 years or 6 years to a person that come to slaughter a soldier or to stab a person or to throw grenade on Israeli people. So this is the exchange that we do. So it's not the exchange that we do soldiers against soldiers like we have the Yom Kippur War, 6-day war. We do, it's very hard and brutal over here. And I think the UN and all of the world is not, they just, I think they're afraid. But on the other hand, I think that the leadership start to understand that if they don't do something about it, and if Israel doesn't end it, and all of the world start to fight against the radical Islam, it's going to knock on your door, and when it's going to be knock on your door, it's going to be too late.
You just said, how do you define UN? So Sherry wrote, there are actually bumper stickers here in the US, which says UN nobodies. Okay, that's just to add to what you said. Okay, okay. Another option, Ilana, I call them the useless nations. Okay.
That's good.
Unwanted nobodies. Okay, we have a few options. Okay, we all agree upon that. And yes, Karen wrote that YouTube would take it down. Speaking of the documentary taken from the GoPros of the terrorists. Yeah, okay. I see no more questions on chat, so I guess unless you want to add more questions, so if you'd like to unmute yourself at this point, you're welcome to do so.
Well, let me thank you very much, because there are many ways that here we 7,000 miles away can look at Israel and the situation. And I think what you've presented today was a very astounding ground level reality of life. And it sounds like you're making a major contribution to people who need contributing to, at this point, material help and support. And that is more than just a good feel thing. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And I have to tell, our power to do those things is I represent the tourists. Like you, I call you the tourists, the people that we work with, because you give us the power to keep going. I have to tell you, when I start with this project, one of my tourists just send me money, and then it's just running and running. And I have to tell you today, when people ask me, I say to them, you don't have to thank me, you have to thank for the people. I just do, let's say we do a small part in this, that you just go by, send it and move it. So it's taken, we just deal with the small parts. So thank you to people like you that support us over there, that see us, that sharing the movies, that sharing the things that we need in Israel, because we have to understand, it's not a war that we can play. It's a war that we have to win. And because of the support that we have from you and the power that you give us inside of the American ideas, we're going to win. And I want to say thank you very much for all of you. And I hope to see you back in Israel. And I hope that it's going to be great. And when you come back here, what they do right now in the area of around Gaza, the people at the kibbutzim, they start to put the wheat, and they say we put the wheat because we need to tell to everybody that we are close to our land. We want to show to everybody that doesn't matter if it's going to be hard, we're going to win. We are strong. The support that you give us, even that you talk about it, you donate, you see, you talk with us, it's a huge support, and we are the Israeli people. Really appreciate that. And we want you to come here to visit us again and to travel, and we want this support. And I really want to say thank you very much for the time that you give me to explain you what we have here. And I hope to see you all in Israel. With a glass, I drink beer, so with a glass of beer in my hand. I cannot drink right now because I have gun. So I have my gun, so I am not allowed to drink. With a glass of beer in our hands, no uniform, and to say again, thank you in Israel. Thank you all.
Thank you very much.
Very good. The video of this presentation will be on YouTube in a day or two. And I will include the donation information right up front. And great. Julia, thank you so much for getting us going and for selecting this wonderful theme of how things really are at the ground level in Israel among non-combatants, and the level of support that's provided to the communities by volunteers carrying weapons. That's really very impressive.
I have to say thank you to Julia that invited me to this place, and we meet. Now I can see her also. We meet, and she says to me, "You want to come?" And you have to understand, Julia doesn't get money that she's working with her pickup truck. Mm-hmm. She doesn't. Nobody pay. She just come. I remember she come with a pickup truck. You have to see what you have. She's have on the top. We take down from promotion. We take down. We walk over there from hours. It was rainy. We take them down. People from the street. You remember people from the street? because we think it's gonna be easy, and it was so heavy and so hot. And we have people from the street, and they take people from the car, say, come to help us, it's for the soldiers. And I have to tell you, it was amazing, and we just load her pickup truck and just go to the center that we use it, and it was so funny that we meet. And I want to say to you, thank you, Yulia. And I want to tell you, next time I come to Masada, I'm going to be the first one on the cable car.
אתה נותן לי את התור שלך. וגם את החניה, אני מבקשת את החניה ביד ושם. I don't know, why didn't you share the photos? Hey, I was taking your photos. You have some amazing photos from up there, remember? Like,
I have to tell you, when I work, I have a more easy life, because right now I do the reserve. I'm running over there all the time from supermarket to supermarket to find for them the grocery at a cheap price. Right now, I don't know if you know, but when you talk between you, one of the soldiers asked me if I can bring him kigel and salty fish. So I says to him, you become spoiled. He says to me, listen, this is what I like to eat on Saturday. So I didn't share. I'm sorry that I didn't share. You have the picture also, Yulia.
I do have them, but I'm not sure if I share my screen, somebody will be able to see anything with the internet connection today. I don't know if it's going to work. I can try. Anyway, it is we are talking to
Julie, if you want to share some pictures, send them to me and I'll put them onto the video.
Okay, that might be a good idea. Okay, so
just send me the JPEGs.
Sure. Okay, I will send you the Venmo information and the pictures of Liran being stationed like way above ground. Okay, taking off the present, whatever. Okay, so you all volunteers. I mean, what we have now in common is the fact that you are volunteers for many years, and Liran and myself are volunteers for 2 months, almost. So we share the same experiences, the same goals, the same karma. So thank you for all your support.
Great.
Yeah.
All right.
Guys, thank you very much. Hope to see you all very soon.
Thank you.
Take care. If you have any questions, something like this, you can contact me from Yulia if you need any other thing that I can help you or something in the evening to make for your Zoom. You're more than welcome.
Okay. Well, we're trying to do a Zoom every Thursday during the time that we have this war. Normally, we would just be meeting on the third Thursday of every month, but we'll continue our Zooming on every Thursday during the duration of this hostility. So
I hope the war is going to end soon. All of our soldiers are going to come back healthy with their body and with their sport. And we really miss the boring life that we have before.
Right.
And we really miss the situation that everything is boring in Israel.
Okay. Well, thank you all very much. I guess there are no further questions at this point. We'll bid the Laila Tov to the people where it's probably 10:30 at night or so. And we'll officially move into our Shmooze session. You're welcome to join us, stay with us, but we have specific rules during Shmooze. That is, there are no rules. So we'll just proceed as we schmooze. I will stop the recording and I will turn off the YouTube live.
Okay, I'm still going to say to you good night, everybody. I have to wake up tomorrow at 6 o'clock in the morning to go to my service. Thank you, Yulia. Thank you, everybody. Pleasure to meet you.
תודה רבה, לירן. נדבר. בהצלחה.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Laila Tov.
And I will try to work on my internet connection. I don't know. I need Noam here. I don't know. I'll try to do something about it, even though I have no idea what's wrong. So thank you all for being patient for my disappearing and reappearing and all that stuff. Thank you all. And,
I don't understand it, Julie, but when you disappear, your hair stays on the screen. I don't know how does that work?
It's like the cat from Alice.
It's amazing.
Well, it must be some miracle about it.
I thought it was something Noam had set up. Okay, right.
No, I need him around. I have no idea where he is. Okay, Laila Tov, thank you all. Be well, be safe, be healthy. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Laila Tov.
Tov.
Okay. All right. Wow.
That was interesting.
Pretty heavy stuff. Can you imagine for a second placing your family and yourself in his position with all the stresses and all the uncertainties and no paying job and all that, all compounding? That's
Steve.
Oh.
Steve,
I think YouTube is still running live.
Yeah, you're right. It is. I have to kill it somehow. Okay, thanks for reminding me.
I wanted to ask, I didn't want to ask him, but so when they're called up in the reserves, will their company that they work for not pay them? How does that? So like he has a regular job and now he's part of the reserves. Who does he get paid from the military or from his job that he has to leave for a couple of months? Anybody know? Pamela?
Julia would probably. Julia, are you still there?
I think she went to bed.
Oh, I thought maybe you might know. I didn't know.
Still on. She's still on. I mean, she's still signed in. I don't know the exact amount. I know that I think that the employer has to pay something, and oh, she did go. Okay, and it gets subsidized somehow by the government. So
I was just curious.
They do get. They might not get full pay, but they do get. They do get paid. So. But who was the person who asked before? Is the person still on who asked about Friends of the IDF? Is that person still on? Or did that person leave? Okay. The person who asked, did Liran contact Friends of the IDF? Everybody knows about Friends of the IDF in Israel. And he's absolutely right. Friends of the IDF is a very, very political organization. I mean, we've all donated to them. I donated to them when I lived in the States too. And then when I came to Israel, I found out that, as he said, some of the top units get a lot of things. Some of the regular soldiers don't get things from the Friends of the IDF. And as he said, and he was being very nice about it, and he didn't want to say anything. He's a soldier. He can't go against that. He can't say anything negative about Friends of the IDF because it's an organization that's connected with the IDF and connected with the government. So he was being very diplomatic about it. But it's very hard to get basic things from them. You can't ask Friends of the IDF, okay, give me 25 pairs of thermals because my soldiers are freezing cold up here in Lebanon, or it's raining, so send me 20 sets of rain gear. It's very political. It's very hard. There are forms. It's not like they can call up. Liran is actually doing the same thing that I'm doing in Tel Aviv, but they can't call up Friends of the IDF the way they can call up Pamela and say, my unit needs this. Can we pick it up today? Or can you send it out today? It doesn't happen. So, and plus Friends of the IDF is an organization. And we all know that with organizations like that, a lot of the money goes to overhead. So I'm sure during a war, I mean, I don't know exactly what their accounting stuff is, but I'm sure during a war, they give a lot more directly to the soldiers than they do not in wartime. And they, they don't keep as much for overhead, but still part of it. Not every dollar goes completely to the soldiers' needs. So he was being very diplomatic in not saying